tonight, the second of 3 between the Frisco RoughRiders and the Amarillo Sod Poodles. It's baseball, it's the show, and it's coming up next. Jesse Schulten's the man on the mound for Amarillo, takes the ball from the manager, and as of last night's winner, pitching a complete whole game nearly. Just absolute phenomenal of last night. Top of the first coming and stepping in, Yanni Hernandez, and he leads this one off tonight. Here's the first pitch. And we're underway as a four-seam fastball misses outside for a ball, 1-0. First pitch of this game, 7 o'clock, right on the Barbie.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Here's the 1-0. And he's going to bunt his way on there. And can they get him? The first out of the inning. And he bunt attempt, and he gets out at first. 1 away. Here's your Frisco RoughRiders starting lineups, and got to say, there is the lineups of the Texas Rangers organization. And they got a pretty great daggum lineup, I should say. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a called strike 1 on the four-seam fastball. Amarillo Sod Poodles winning last night's ball game. And gotta say, pretty good one as well. Well, got 81 degrees, clear skies, only winds blowing 6 miles an hour from the center field position. Got to say that right there, pretty nice, comfortable evening for a Saturday night. It's going to be line drive, a base hit right in the center field. And Frisco gets their first hit of this game. And LeBlanc is now on first base.
Young.
Into the box now, Josh Young. Young coming in as he looks at a called strike 1, and 0-1 is the count. And that's going to be chopped foul right there. And count now 0-2. And that curveball gets chopped foul. And still holding on at 0-2. Delivery. Swing and a miss on a four-seam fastball, 2 down. And Jesse gets his first strikeout of the night.
Number 58.
Now Jesse Schultens, he's a master of strikeouts. He's perfect for a AAA El Paso Chihuahuas team, which apparently he will be going real soon. And Nick Sifo, .167 average and triple threes on his opposition. 2 away in the inning here in the top half of the first for Frisco. And that's going to be chopped foul, and that will hit the wall. Now the count now 0-2. Midland at Corpus Christi tonight. Gotta say, these ball clubs doing really well. And that's going to be strike 3 called, and that's 3 up, 3 down, and pretty good right there. Just a hit only, but nothing left. Bottom of the first coming up, Amarillo up to bat. Colin Wiles takes the mound for the away side. And gotta say, the man from the great state of Kansas, 6'4", 222 pounds, and age 25 for the Frisco RoughRiders and Texas Rangers organization. And leading off the bottom of the first inning, is Yvonne Castillo. Castillo coming in here. And now here's the pitch. 4-seam fastball up top. Count now 1-0. Last night's ball game, 5-3 the score. And gotta say that right there, pretty good, as a walk-off home run by 2 runs came in and was drilled right out of here. That one will be going to the left fielder for the first out of the inning, and time for your starting lineups for the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And we got a perfectly good lineup here tonight. San Diego Padres, AA affiliate. We had some pretty good guys like Fernando Tatis Jr. and Josh Naylor. And we've had also a pitcher that went to AAA. We're going to find some names. We could tell you about them. And that's going to be in the zone for a strike, going 2 now. So pretty good as of this point forward. And yep. And that is a called strike 3, and that's 2 down in the inning. Colin Wiles will get his first strikeout on the mound. And now I bring up Luis Campusano, the catcher. Well, we got our guys that just got called to AAA just months ago prior to the half point of this season. Got Joey Lucchesi, Luis Patino, who was called up to AAA El Paso, Matt Strom, Tirso Ornales, Brad Zuniga, Webster Rivas, Kyle Overstreet, Matthew Batten, Josh Naylor, Peter Van Gansen, and so many others that got called up to AAA El Paso. Let's go be lined out from second to first. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first. Well, we head to the top of inning number 2, and stepping in, Henry Ramos.
The right fielder.
Ramos coming in. Fans still taking their seats, and we got shout outs to give you here tonight. Got fans from Frisco, Texas watching. And pretty much we got some Texas Ranger fans out in the crowds. They come and they follow the Frisco RoughRiders on the road all the time. 0-2. And that's going to be lined. Chasing it is the left fielder. And he will make the catch out there. And the base runner will hold on at first.
The center fielder, Julio Pablo Martinez.
And now I bring up the center fielder, Julio Pablo Martinez. And right there, and he is safe at first, gets back in time, and nearly a double play to get that one going. Here's your defensive lineups for Amarillo, and you got to say that Taylor Colway, one of the best guys out there in right field tonight. A absolute great guy that is pretty good. And a 4-seam fastball, now count 1-0 to Steele Walker. So pretty good for him. Got to say, he's just a absolute guy with a run down the ball type deal. Here's the 1-1. And we also don't want to forget our proud sponsor of tonight's ball game, Texas Burger, located throughout the whole Amarillo Metroplex, and courtesy of Taco Villa, and also Stars Burgers.
Batting 8.
So gotta say,
Number 1.
Those fast food places just really good throughout the Permian Basin. Amarillo, first year of AA baseball. I gotta say, there's a lot of fans that love this nice stadium that they have been built. Amarillo has not had a baseball club in over 38 years. And there's one, and that will be the third out of the inning, and great way to avoid trouble here in the top of inning number 2. Bottom of the second coming up. Taylor Colway will lead it off. Here's Taylor Colway now, the number 4 hitter, the right fielder of this ball game. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be well hit. Oh my goodness, chasing after it. And it's right off the wall. He's around second, headed for third. The relay, and he's in there with a no-out triple. Goodness gracious me.
The third baseman, Eric.
And you just saw this right here. Instant replay shows it. And that bounces off the wall. And now the tie-breaking run, a base hit right here, delivers him home. Now here's Eric Heim. And that's going to be well hit. Chasing after it is the center fielder. And he'll make the catch out there. And on the sacrifice fly, the run comes in across to score. And Amarillo is on the board first. Now 1-0. So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Chris Muriel, up to the plate now. Looking really well here tonight. 1 away in the inning. A run comes in across to score. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball at the knees, called for a strike, 0-1. So got to say, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be popped right there. Center fielder will take that one. Pablo Martinez for the second out of the inning.
The left fielder, Lee Bloom.
And now bring up the 7-hole hitter and cleanup batter, Lee Bloom. Bloom up to the plate now. And now we want you guys to know that tomorrow's ball game is at 4:05 in the afternoon. And that will be head to the first baseman. And that will do. The inning is over. 1 run on a couple base hits, no errors. Top of the third coming up. Amarillo up front, 1-0. Here's the shortstop, Josh Morgan, as he will start the top half of the third inning for Frisco. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball, swung on and miss, and outclassed by that ball for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And chopped foul, now in 0-2. And I think he just dug his own hole right there. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Gets him down for the first out of the inning. Jesse Schulten's now 4th strikeout on the mound for Amarillo.
Hernandez.
And up to the plate now for Frisco, Yanni Hernandez. He was a ground out in the first inning, 0 for 1. And gotta say, that pretty is well good right there. I could say that all night long if I wanted to, but heck. Hernandez is 0 for 1 here tonight. And here's the 1-1, and that's going to be chopped foul. Look out over there and left. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch count for Jesse Schulten's on the mound for Amarillo. 28 so far through this game. And that's going to be put up there. Chasing it is a left fielder, and it gets down and over the wall for a ground rule double.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And they get lucky that that one just got over the wall. And now you got a runner in scoring position at second. Charles LeBlanc, 1-for-1 single in the first inning. Up to the plate now for Frisco. 2-seam fastball. Count now 1-1. Here's a 1-1. And that's going to be hit right there to the right fielder. Colway has it. And that's the second out of the inning. But meanwhile, the runner is tagging up from second to head to third. And the tying run already at third.
Young.
Third baseman Josh Young, 0-for-1. Strikeout in the first inning. And that's going to be high pop-up. Chasing after it. And he can't get there. Oh, man. That lands foul. He thought he had it. But stand corrected, my friend. Stand corrected. Change up outside. Count now 1-1. Midland tonight at Corpus Christi. And let's give you your deals here tonight on this beautiful Saturday evening. And here's a 1-2. And that's going to be chopped foul. Still hanging on. Well, let's give you your teams of tonight's ball game playing. We got Tulsa at Northwest Arkansas. Arkansas at Springfield. Frisco at Amarillo, and Midland at Corpus Christi. And that will do. The inning is over. And they get the runner to third, but can't come across to score. We go to the bottom of the third coming up. No score. Well, we got a score. 1-0. Duh.
The shortstop, number 89.
And now bring up Manolo Capuva as he strides to the plate. 1-0 our score. And that's going to be chopped right there. First baseman gets that one, and that's the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
Dre Overstreet.
Now bring in Dre Overstreet here to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's too high. Count now 1-0 on the 4-seam fastball. Beautiful Saturday night under a nice sunny evening. Sun fixing to set. And it's just really a nice evening for a baseball game here tonight. Here's the 1-1. And that's outside on a 12-inch curveball. Count now 2-1. So Wiles from the great state of Kansas. And I do say Tornado Alley. Just like Texas and Oklahoma. And Kansas, Arkansas. Lots of bad stuff out there. And that's going to be chopped right there. Center fielder Pablo Martinez makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Ivan Castillo.
And that'll bring in Ivan Castillo up to the plate now. 0 for 1, line out in the first inning. Two outs in the inning. Bottom of the third, 1-0 our score. And that's going to be a strike at the knees, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Outside, four-seam fastball, even things up, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's a four-seam fastball in the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. And that's going to be popped to second. And they'll get him out at first, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors as we go to the top of inning number 4. Amarillo still holding on, 1-0. Top half of the fourth set to go, and stepping in Nick Sifo, 0 for 1, a strikeout in the first inning. As we get ready for the top half of the fourth inning for the RoughRiders. Now here's the pitch. And that's a four-seam fastball. Miss outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. In there for a called strike 1 on the four-seamer. Now the 1-1 count right here. Here's the 1-1. And that's going to be chopped foul. Count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and one, here it is. And that's a strikeout right there. Make that number 5 for Jesse here tonight. Now on a ball and 2 strikes.
Henry Ramos.
Yeah, I'm just pulling your legs, everybody. Just messing with you. And now bring up Henry Ramos. 1 for 1, single in the second as he takes a ball outside, 1-0. Jesse Schulten's now 42 pitches through this game. And still a long way to go. In there for a called strike 1, and now even things up at 1-1. Now Schulten's doing pretty good. He's got the game down, almost a win. And he's got the ball. And he gets him to first, and he takes him out for the second out of the inning, and that is Whitaker out there at first base. Julio Pablo Martinez 0 for 1, line out in the second inning for the Frisco center fielder. Still holding on, a 1-0 shutout. In there for a four-seam fastball, 93 on the radar gun, called for a strike, 0-1. Great home crowd we have here tonight. Don't forget our game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So, going to be a beautiful afternoon. I sure hope so. So, Schulten's 9 balls, 37 strikes, total of 46. So, doing really well. Swing and a miss gets him down, and that is strikeout number 7 here in the ball game. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Amarillo still holding on, a 1-0 early lead. Jackson Whitaker 0 for 1 strikeout in the first inning, steps up to the plate for the bottom of the home fourth. And ready to go here. And that's outside. A slider. Count now. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to be drilled right there. Base hit right into center field. And he's aboard with a no-out single.
Now batting, the catcher, Luis Campusano.
Now bring up the Amarillo catcher, Luis Campusano. 0 for 1, ground out in the first inning. Four-seam fastball called for a strike as he fouls that one off. Go ahead run at first. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be well hit. Base hit. Headed for third now. Here's the relay. And he's in there. And now you got corners loaded up on a single.
The right fielder, number 15, Taylor.
And that right there doing pretty good.
Colway.
Now bring up the right fielder, Taylor Colway. 1 for 1, triple and a run. So he takes a four-seam fastball in there for a strike, going 1. We've got to have a great side of our camera pointing to the third base side, looking at first. And pretty much that's just great when you have some pretty awesome cameraman who enjoys the game, enjoys everything about it, as we all love the game of baseball here in downtown Amarillo. That's going to be lined to shortstop for the first out of the inning, and still the runners from first and third hold
Now
on.
batting, third baseman, Eric Heim.
Now bring up Eric Heim. Sacrifice fly in the second inning. Brings in the 1 lone run in the bottom of inning number 2. Here's the pitch. And that slider is outside, 82 miles an hour, called for a ball, 1-0. Managers tonight, Philip Wellman watching. He's certainly out in the dugout tonight. And that 12-inch curve is outside, 2-0. And what did that thing just say? Did it say about 75 miles an hour he threw that ball? I think it did. Here's the 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens, now 3-0. On deck, Chris Muriel. So 1 more ball, and this could load up bases here tonight for the Sod Poodles. .3-0. And that's outside, and wish granted, ball 4, and bases get loaded now here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 away.
Hitter,
And Chris Muriel up to the plate now. And Amarillo's got a grand slam opportunity if they can nail one out of here and clear the bases. Here's Chris Muriel now. And that's going to be lined right there. There's one. And a relay, a 3-6-4 double play, and that will get them out of danger. And that one was well hit, but also 2 outs occur on that play. Top of the 5th coming up. Amarillo still holding on 1-0. Top of the 5th,
Leading
and
off
Steele
for
Walker
Frisco,
up to the plate.
the designated hitter, Steele
He's
Walker.
0 for 1 here this evening. And that's going to be a ball, 1-0. And time is going to be called here as Schulten's talking home plate umpire. And they're both just having a conversation just for a quick moment here. And I will say, don't push it, Schulten's. And that's going to be a 2-seam fastball. Now count 1-1. So I got to say, Jesse Schulten's got confidence tonight. Four-seam fastball. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 92 on that radar gun. Here's the 1-2. And that's going to be popped foul. He protects the plate and also avoids a strikeout. And still hanging on. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Schultens. And 7 strikeouts already.
The left fielder, number 1, Bubba.
Just
Thompson.
absolute on fire tonight, as he was last night in the ball game against the RoughRiders. Bubba Thompson 0 for 1, ground out in the second inning as he takes a curveball. Now the count 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be well hit. Crushed. Where would this one go? And that is over the wall, and we are tied once again. And a solo home run comes in across the score. 98.7 miles an hour on the exit velocity, a 385-foot ball. And Frisco gets on the board, and they'll tie up this ball game. So as you can see right here by instant replay, lefty and center fielder chasing this thing. And basically, this was out of the yard.
Now batting.
Now shortstop Josh Morgan, number 9 hitter.
Morgan.
As he will foul that 91 mile an hour four-seam fastball out of this one. Count now 0-1. Morgan was a strikeout in the third inning. 0 for 1 tonight. And that's going to be a curveball. Count now 0-2. Give you your scores from Midland and Corpus Christi. And that's right back to the mound. And they'll throw him out at first. 2 down.
Now batting. Second baseman, Yoni Hernandez.
And now bring up Yoni Hernandez up to the plate now. 1 for 2, a double in the third. Two outs with nobody on after a solo home run. And we're looking at a game that Corpus Christi and Midland are playing. They are the top of the... Oh, wait. Bottom of the fourth, I should say. 3-1 to score. Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, called for a ball. And now 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Pop foul and not playable. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And right there to the first as he hops up and grabs that one out of the air for the final out of the inning. Here's another look at Jackson Whitaker. Circus act out there. Go to the bottom of the fifth coming up, and we're tied at 1.
Leading it off.
Lee Bloom 0 for 1, line out in the second inning. Starts the home half of the fifth inning. And that's going to be line drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, headed for second. And he will coast into second on a no-out double.
Now batting, number 89.
And Bloom gets in there, and that'll be a Bloom double. And we got some cleaning wipes courtesy of that Bloom double. And that'll be through section 101 to 103. Manolo Capufa 0 for 1, pop out in the third inning. And now here's the 0-1. And did he go around? Yes, he did. The home plate umpire says yes. And that's for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Down low. And that's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin Wiles now up 39 pitches so far through this game. And gotta say, not too terrible. I mean, he's just been dominant, just like the starting pitcher for Amarillo, Jesse Schultens. And that's 12-inch curve, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dre Overstreet.
Now bring up the center fielder, Dre Overstreet. And that's going to be well hit. And that ball is getting there. The relay, and he's in there with a triple. And Amarillo will break the tiebreaker. And we got an injury here. Dre Overstreet crumbled to the turf after that play, gripping for his calf. If it's only a pull, he might return in 2 weeks. If it's torn, he's likely missed 2 months. Either way, Overstreet will need to be removed from this ball game. Oh man. Well, Ryan Weathers going to come out and replace the pinch hitter. And he's going to be at third, recovering the injured teammate.
Now batting,
that is Dre Overstreet, that got in at third. So, ouch. 2 weeks, 2 months. Well, he misses the whole season and the rest of the season. Well, that ain't good at all. That's just, right there as a sacrifice fly. The run does come in across the score. And Amarillo gets 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The batter, the first baseman.
So Dre Overstreet was escorted out of this game. And now bring in Jackson Whitaker, 1 for 2, single in the 4th inning. So Overstreet will be gone for a while. And he will not be seen in tomorrow's ball game, as he will be rushed to the emergency room for a quick x-ray. And that will do. This inning is over. So 2 runs, few base hits, a injured teammate, that is Dre Overstreet, leaving this game in a stretcher. Top of the 6th coming up, and 3-1 our score. Ryan Weathers takes the center field position for Overstreet. And now the count is 1 for 2, a single in the 1st inning to Charles LeBlanc. Now, gotta say, we've seen multiple injuries through seasons, and most likely these occur if you hit something hard, or you just get plunked in the face, or plunked in the leg, or plunked in the arm. Wherever it comes, just flats up, knock you out silly. Here's a pitch to Josh Young as he takes a changeup in there for a strike, 0-1. We got the bottom of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi and Midland. And the score is 2-1. And I gotta say, that's pretty neat when you do look at that. Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, called for a ball, 1-1. Fouled off. Two-seam fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Too high, the curveball. Count now 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss, and that's another strikeout. And that's 8 strikeouts for Jesse Schultens.
The batter, number
And we
58.
need 9 strikeouts for Taco Tuesday as we play the Tulsa Drillers. And gotta say, that's gonna be pretty good. We get the taco coupons from our local Taco Villa. And that's gonna be great. Nick Sifo 0 for 2 here tonight. Now here's the 0-1. Chopped foul. Count now 0-2. Base runner at first, tying run at the plate. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and there's 9 strikeouts now. And Jesse Schultens just on cruise control here. Goodness.
Ramos.
And that's 2 up, 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning, and 1 more. Henry Ramos up next for his target. 1 for 2, single in the second. Four-seam fastball, count now 0-1. Top of the 6th, 3-1 our score. And Amarillo is just going to get this one, and the left fielder will run this one down, and that's the final out of the inning. So 1 hit only. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Amarillo up 3-1. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning, the catcher, Luis Campusano, 1 for 2 here this evening. And that's going to be a base hit right in the right, and he's aboard with a no-out single. And Amarillo just getting the hits, and they already got 3 runs so far in this one. Now bring up Taylor Colway up to the mound. Or should I say, in the box. See, he takes that four-seam fastball. Count now on 1. Well, we got some righties warming up in the Frisco bullpen. And pretty good here this evening. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be a slider. Will even things up at 1-1. Joe Barlow, Gene Casanova, the righties, warming up in the bullpen. Taylor Colway is 1 for 2 here tonight. And that's going to be out of the zone. Count 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And that's going to be up the middle, a base hit in the center, and that's going to be a single. And that's going to be runners in scoring position, first and second. And time is going to be called here as here comes the manager out of the bullpen for the RoughRiders. And he's seen enough of his starting pitcher. That is Colin Wiles. Wiles had a dangerous night last night and now dangerous night tonight. And not doing too well as that will do it for him. Gene Casanova takes the mound for the backup pitcher that the bullpen uses. 6'3", 181 pounds, age 22. So gotta say, as of this point forward, Colin Wiles look like he's gonna be the losing pitcher if Amarillo wins this ball game here tonight and wins 2 of the 3 game series. Eric Heim was a walk in the 4th inning. And it's going to be looking like it's going to be a good night for Amarillo if they could win this one here tonight. So count now 1-1 to Eric Heim as Gene Casanova out there on the mound for the RoughRiders. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 4-seam fastball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. In the middle, 4-seam fastball, 92. Now count 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that's going to be high, popped up right there. And infield fly rule is in effect. And that's the first out of the inning.
The batter, the designated hitter, Chris Muriel.
And here's Chris Muriel now. Up to the plate. 1 away in the inning, 2 on. And count now 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-1. And did he go? Yes, he did. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count now. Here's the 1-2. Outside. 4-seam fastball. Count now 2-2. Beautiful evening. Sun beginning to go down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that's going to be right there. And oh my goodness, what's going on? Man. The run is in to score on a throwing error. And big mistake there as that will move 2nd and 3rd now. And that sails right over the 2nd baseman's head. Run scores. Error is on Frisco. And that right there, my friends, that's a dangerous play. Lee Bloom was a 1-for-2 double and a run. Now got 2nd and 3rd now. Now 4-1 our score here in the bottom of the 6th inning on a throwing error. And that's going to be well hit. And oh no, there's another one. And oh man. Oh my goodness.
89.
And now you had 2 runs that came in across the score. And another error on Frisco. You know, Manolo Capufa up to the plate now, 0-for-2 here this evening. And hearts are just racing. And that will be the final out of the inning. Or, nope, correction, 2 away.
The center fielder, number 25.
Thought it was going to be the final out of the inning. My goodness.
Weathers.
Ryan Weathers up to the plate now. Base runner at 3rd, 6-1 our score. And that's going to be well hit. And that's going to be the final out of the inning. So I got to say, 3 runs, 2 errors. Ouch. Top of the 7th coming up. Julio Pablo Martinez up next for the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, and here's your center fielder for Frisco, Julio Pablo Martinez. 2 errors on him, and gotta say, that's just not good at all. Just hits you right where you hurt. Now here's the 0-2, and that's gonna be well hit. Center fielder Ryan Weathers makes the play, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, designated.
So, gotta say, that's pretty bad for Dre Overstreet to get injured in this ball game. And now bring up Steele Walker. So 2 weeks he could be out. If it's broken, it's 2 months. So he misses the remainder of the season on a disabled list. So change up, count now 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's going to be popped right to second. And they'll get him out, 2 down. So the bottom of the 7th is still going. And now bring up Bubba Thompson. 1 for 2. A solo home run in the 5th inning. So I was going to say 1 for 2 double time. And that's high pop-up right there. The catcher gets that one, fly out, 1 pitch, 1 out. And that makes a 3-out difference. We go to the bottom of the 7th, Ivan Castillo leading it off. It's time to take you out to the ball game. Ivan Castillo 0 for 3, ground out in the 5th inning. Got Joe Barlow warming up. And Villines as well warming up with the Frisco bullpen. Bottom of the 7th, 6-1 our score. Frisco 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors in this ball game. And it leads to a 3-run difference. So, gotta say, that ain't good for them here tonight. Just going to whoop the daylights out of them. Errors in one thing comes back to haunt you later when you make them. Jackson Whitaker up to the on deck circle in the 3-1 count. Here it is. And that's too high, and that's a ball. And don't know what's going on. It's the frustration that's getting out. Manager's just looking at him like, oh no, what's going on with him this evening? Jackson Whitaker up to the plate now, 1 for 3, a single in the 4th inning. Got a base runner at first and nobody out. 1 for 3 for Whitaker here tonight. And that's going to be popped right there. Can they get him? Yes, they'll get him out. 1 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Luis Campusano.
And now bring up Luis Campusano. 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run. Comes in across the score here tonight. And now here's the pitch. Whoa, look out. That one nearly took his nose off, and that's ball 1. Goodness. You got to watch out for those balls, son. You get plunked in the face by one of those. Boy, howdy, that's not fun. As that would really hurt in a split second. And now count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Catcher Luis Campusano up the plate, 2 for 3. Pitch count now is 23, now 24 pitches. And peel down the first on that one, and he did not swing. That's ball 2. And that's too low. Change up. Count now 3 balls, 2 strikes, and on deck the right fielder Taylor Colway. So, sad thing about it, this game, one injury occurred. That is Dre Overstreet getting taken out on a stretcher. And gotta say, he is now at the emergency room. The Amarillo emergency room. Taylor Colway, 2 for 3, triple single and 2 runs. And probably Philip Wellman just went with them. And that's going to be a changeup. Count now 0-1. So if it's strained, it's 2 weeks to be off. If it's broken, it's 2 months to be off. So got to say he will have at least the rest of the season to be off on a disabled list. So thoughts and prayers to Dre Overstreet here tonight on a full recovery. And that is the second out of the inning. Gene Casanova gets his first strikeout of this game. And I'll bring up third baseman Eric Heim. He was a sacrifice fly, a walk, and RBI here tonight. Amarillo 6-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning here at home. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be popped up right there. Right fielder gets this one. And he'll make the play, and that will end the inning. Well, I will say it. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Amarillo up front by 5 runs here tonight. 6-1 our score. We go to the top of the 8th.
Leading off for Frisco.
Frisco shortstop Josh Morgan comes up to the plate now. Top of the 8th inning, and they're down to 6 outs. And that's going to be chopped foul. Count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that changeup outside, 1-1. Attendance tonight, 9,719 fans watch this ball game. I gotta say, we got more than that. Our attendance on our first pitch app and also YouTube live app getting pretty good audiences. For the San Diego Padres. It's going to be passed right there. Get him out. There you go. First out of the inning.
Now batting.
And Schultens gets that out. My goodness, what a play. The home crowd goes crazy. And Yanni Hernandez, 1 for 3, a double in the third, steps up to the plate now. So what a phenomenal play. Going to have to watch that again after this game is over here tonight. That's going to be a Chaco Villa courtesy right there. Jeez. Curveball. Count now 0-2. 0-2. Here it is. And that's going to be popped foul and not playable. And that's 0-2. 0-2. Here it is. And that is another strikeout. And he is just on fire this evening. Charles LeBlanc, 2 for 3 and 2 singles up to the plate now. And how much was that? Was that strikeout number 9 or strikeout number 10? I truthfully lost count right there. And that's going to be popped out right there. And that's out. That's 0-2 count right there. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to be hit high. Chasing it is the right fielder Colway. Makes the catch, and that's the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Chris Muriel will lead it off after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
Joe
please.
Barlow
Now pitching
takes
for
the
Frisco,
mound for the away side
number
here,
64.
as he will start
Joe
the home half of the 8th inning. And my goodness, just a
Leading
absolute
The designated
bomb.
hitter, Fred Uriel.
And it's just something that you don't see every day, but indeed you do. You see it. And that's going to be lined up right there. And that will go to the right fielder for out number 1.
The batter, the left fielder, Lee Bloom.
And I'll bring in Lee Bloom. 1 for 3. Double and a single together. Now here is the pitch. And that's down low at the knees for a 4-seam fastball for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And there's another one. Headed right to right field. And there's 2 outs for the right fielder. So 2 flyouts, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Number 89.
And Amarillo's got this one in the bag, it looks like. Manolo Capufa, 0 for 3, ground out in the 6th inning. And they just, if they could win this one here tonight, make it win number 3. Defeating Midland. And then 2 games against Frisco. Lockie St. John and Stephen Villains, a lefty and a righty, warming up in the RoughRiders bullpen. And that's going to be a 2-seam fastball. Count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Down low, 4-seam fastball. And that will do for that one. Top of the 9th coming up. Amarillo holding a 6-1 lead. We are at the top of the 9th as stepping in the third baseman Josh Young.
Josh
0 for 3 here tonight. Last 3 outs. And that's a 4-seam fastball. Count now 0-1. 6-1 our score here in the top of the 9th. And there's another one swung on and missed right there. Home plate umpire says he went around, and that's a strike, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And that's going to be high pop up right there. Left fielder chasing that one. And he'll make the catch out there. And that's 1 down.
the batter, number 58.
And now bring up the batter, number 58. Up to the mound now. And time is going to be called here as something's going on. I don't know what it is, but I think there's a nitwit out there running around in right field with no clothes on. And yeah, that's going to be some time called here. We won't show this to you, but suffice to say, local security has got him surrounded. And he's going to look forward to spending the night in the cooler. And a curveball, count now on 1. Oh, you don't see that every day. You see a guy running around with no clothes on, so that's something else. Just looking out right there and knowing that he's going to jail tonight. And he'll be out tomorrow. Why not?
Nope.
2-seam fastball, count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, you might be hearing the rest of this game tonight behind bars in the Amarillo prison. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And that's going to be chopped foul. Count now holding on at 2-2. Two and two. Here it is. And that's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and on deck Henry Ramos. Here's a 3-2 full count. Right there to third, and that's out number 2. And only one more out from getting out of this.
Henry Ramos.
And it's just a beautiful night for a home win here. Home crowd going crazy. Henry Ramos, the last to bat here in the last of the 9th inning. And that's going to be a base hit right there. And a little 2-out success. We'll go back to the top of the order now.
Now batting.
And Jesse Schulten's now up at 100 pitches.
Martinez.
82 strikes, 18 balls, total 100. And time is going to be called here as here comes the manager. And we're going to have Lake Baker come into this game here tonight. Now the manager gives a standing ovation of his starting pitcher, Jesse Schultens. And the home crowd tip of the cap right there. Shows how much this man for Amarillo does a perfectly good job here this evening. Lake Baker gets 1 out to wrap this game up here tonight. Height 6'3", 215 pounds, and age 24 for Amarillo. So gotta say, that's pretty good. 1 out to deal with. Base runner at first. And a 6-1 score here this evening. Here's the pitch. 4-seam fastball, count now 0-1. Great game here tonight, a wrap-up. About ready to conclude the second of this 3-game series. We want to remind you of tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock as we bring the last of this 3-game series, a wrap-up of 7 games. Julio Pablo Martinez, count now 0-2, and final strike, here it is. And that's going to be chopped foul. 4-seam fastball still holding on with a base runner at first. 2 outs, 6-1 our score. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to be chopped foul. He's still hanging on and trying to get this one going here tonight. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game, folks. And Baker gets the final strikeout of the night. And that right there, my friends, 6-1 the score. The Amarillo Sod Poodles walks off. Another win, number 3 here this evening. Wow. So this will do it for us here tonight as we wrap up the second of this 3-game series. And we want you guys to come back here tomorrow as we will get ready to conclude the 7-game homestand. We're back here after this, and we'll get it right to you.
Here now is our final line score. First for your victorious home team. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the RoughRiders, 1 run on 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 58 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And so tonight's ball game wraps up in a 6-1 victory. The Amarillo Sod Poodles winning their 3rd game. 1 against Midland, 2 against Frisco. Jesse Schulten's player of the game, gave up 6 hits and struck out 10 on the side. And got to say, tonight he's our winner of tonight's ball game. Colin Wiles takes the loss for Frisco here tonight. And let's give you your runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious Amarillo Sod Poodles. 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. For Frisco, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors. And it's back-to-back errors that kills them in this ball game. Well, Dre Overstreet tonight is out in the emergency room, and hopefully he's okay. Poor guy just tripped and fell, and he sprung something. If it's sprung, he'll be out for 2 weeks. If it's broken, it's 2 straight months. So, want to make sure that we get his name down, and we will keep him in prayer to make sure that he's all right. 6-1, our final score of tonight's ball game. Amarillo wins this one. Well, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.